Suomen ja Ruotsin sotilaallinen yhteistyö on edelleen tiivistymässä.
Baltian maiden pääministerit tapaavat tämänpäiväisessä hätäkokouksessa. Suomessa harkitaan viisumipakon käyttöönottoa.
Ilmatilan loukkaukset ovat viime viikkoina lisääntyneet rajusti.
Ruotsi on asettanut sekä ilma- että merivoimansa täyteen valmiuteen.
Eduskunta on tänään hyväksynyt heti käyttöön otettavaksi eräitä valmiuslainsäädöksiä.
Pääministeri rauhoitti kansalaisia eilisessä vappupuheessaan. Maltti on nyt.
Päivän aikana pääkaupunkiseudulla selittämättömiä häiriöitä.
Yksityisautoilun rajoittamista koskevat pitkään odotetut määräykset astuvat voimaan huomenna.
Päätös siirtää yhä suurempi osa kauppamerenkulusta Pohjanlahden satamiin vaikeuttaa erityisesti.
Tässä TV-uutisten ylimääräinen uutislähetys. Hornet-torjuntahävittäjä on tänään ammuttu alas Suomenlahden yläpuolella. Ilmavoimien esikunta on vahvistanut tapahtuman.
The Scope has received confirmation that for only the third time in history, a Revenant supercarrier has been destroyed.
Kaupalliset radioasemat on alistettu Yleisradion johtoon. Viranomaiset kehottavat.
Pääkaupunkiseudun väestön evakuointi on aloitettu tänään Helsingin.
Eduskunta on tänään.
Imperial Navy forces have been mobilized in response to reports of increased drifter activity across Amar space. A state of emergency has not yet been declared. However, tensions are high in systems where fear of an imminent threat is present.
Tänään päättänyt puolustustilalain säädösten käyttöönotosta.
Gigantic listening towers, presumed to be of Jove origin, began decloaking all over New Eden this week. These coincided with the sudden appearance of heavily armed vessels that Concord is calling drifter battleships. Like the listening towers, the pilots of these ships carry signs of Jove origin. One of the first engagements involving drifters is causing great concern across New Eden. This footage shows fighters from the Thanatos-class carrier Rex attacking a lone drifter battleship. At first, the carrier seems to have the upper hand, its fighters slowly but surely wearing down the drifter's shields, until the drifter ship suddenly unleashes its primary weapon, destroying the carrier with a single shot.
Amar Prime, home of the imperial city of Dom Torsad, capital of the Amar Empire, where the coronation of Lady Katiz of House Tash Murkhan is scheduled to take place later today. After the coronation, Lady Katiz Tash Murkhan will be known as Her Majesty Katiz I, Empress of Holy Amar, first apostle of the true faith, and sovereign defender of the imperial right. High above the planet, Capsuleers are already gathering to witness the traditional first honor paid to a newly crowned empress by the Amar military.
You're awake. Your vitals are stabilizing nicely. Consciousness came through fully intact. It's always disorientating the first time. Nothing you can't handle, I'm sure.
Earth. A world outgrown, scarred by war and burdened with the advance of our ancestors, compelled the first voyages across space in a desperate quest to colonize other worlds. Space. Its timeless boundaries and infinite horizons forged the creation of stargates that could bridge the immense distances between the stars. Through mastery of this technology, mankind ventured deeper into the cosmos. Ruthless corporations rose to power, seizing every world within their grasp. When the stargates could take them no further, they turned against each other, igniting conflicts that would last for centuries. The battles raged until the historic discovery of a natural wormhole, a celestial womb through which civilization would be reborn. The first brave pioneers to enter this portal emerged unscathed, transported instantly across the universe to a virgin system they called New Eden. Millions of colonists soon followed in their wake, lured by the vision of paradise through the astral gateway known as Eve. Spreading outwards among the stars, they embraced Eve with the greatest of expectations, the highest of hopes, and the boldest of dreams. When one day, nature conspired with fate to breed the cruelest nightmare of all. The wormhole leading to New Eden collapsed, severing young colonies from the home worlds which sustained them. It was the beginning of a dark age that would erase civilization as it was known to be. As the accumulated knowledge of millennia slowly eroded, the unfinished worlds of Eve became the graveyards of millions. On the few planets that could sustain life, the last remnants of our race struggled to adapt and survive. In time, society was reborn and the memories of our past transformed into legend and myth. The first to emerge from the darkness were the Amar. Fervently committed to their faith. They reinvented spaceflight and soon discovered they were not alone. The Amarians encountered the Minmatar race, dismissing them as primitive barbarians destined for a life of slavery. moving quickly to subjugate them, they launched a merciless crusade against the Minmatar worlds. At the same time, the Gallente race flourished nearby. They created the first democratic republic of the new era and established a regional federation of independent states. The Kaldari emerged as the strongest state among them, driven by the relentless pursuit of economic and military might. Ideals soon clashed with Gallente liberalism. Destruction and suffering once again became the defining essence of our civilization. 4 races, torn apart by 2 horrific wars. When all that remained were the smouldering ruins of lost cities and shattered lives, a universal truce was declared to end the despair. For more than a century, the races of Eve have coexisted in relative peace. Prosperity and the pursuit of wealth govern the mission of mankind. We have a destiny to meet, and the courage of our pilots will show us the path. On the strength of your wings, the fate of empires and the hopes of worlds will be decided. Take control of the destiny that is rightfully yours.
Right. Since you're not going anywhere just yet, let me show you a part of your new life. At this level, no quarter is given. There's a great deal of opportunity out there, but a great deal of danger as well. Money, power, politics, betrayal. All in a lifetime's work. Of course, you're going to have slightly more time than that. Well, pilot, what are you waiting for?
the assembly for inspection of the Throne World's fleet of the Imperial Guard. The failure to protect the late Empress Jamel I from a drifter strike in the very heartland of the Amar Empire has tainted the Imperial Guard's reputation among the conservative and unforgiving elites of Amar society. The Honor Guard inspection's traditional purpose is to bind the Imperial Guard to the new ruler of Amar.
All channels cleared, over. All channels cleared.
On this occasion, it will also be a necessary step in restoring the honor of an Imperial Guard that has been rebuilt with a new draft of experienced and dedicated veterans from the Amar military. This is Alton Havery, reporting for The Scope. The order of Her Imperial Majesty Jamel Sarum to freely distribute new shield technology out to Capsuleers has infuriated DED and Concord officials. The Imperial Order was issued following a demonstration of the extremely efficient shield generators developed by a joint Amar and Lidai research project. Possible to use even by substructures, their shielding is virtually impenetrable. Since it's based on the same technology exclusively reserved for Concord to protect stargates and stations in Empire's space, then it is certain that multiple treaties have been broken. The growing likelihood of a drifter invasion is seen as the main motivation behind this move.
On arriving in the Kaurava system, Confessor Turgainum March had remarked to Canoness Selena Agna that he would not be surprised if the place was so corrupt that it all must be put to the torch. In retrospect, these words seemed prophetic. Everywhere they looked, the Sisters of Battle found only weakness, heresy, and abomination. Chaos had nearly devoured the entire system, beginning with the fourth planet. Added to this was the warp storm, which had vanished shortly after the defeat. It hardly seemed likely that any Imperial Guard or Space Marines could have avoided corruption in such circumstances. Although tragic, it was necessary to perform a field inquisition and purge every one of them.
As it is clearly an attempt to bring hostilities in nullsec space to an end. In a message, Empress Jamil Sarum urges all Capsuleers to unite and give their support to the Amarr Empire, emphasizing the famed mantra, "What you give to this empire, I shall give back unto you." Having still not appeared in public, the Empress is rumored to be more and more isolated. Today's events are seen by many as further indication of desperation or even irrationality taking hold. This is Alton Havery reporting for The Scope.